What's up guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Xman & Co. Today we're making a beautiful leg of lamb with the bone in. You guys are going to love it, you know it, so hang around. So what we're going to do today, we're going to spice this leg of lamb, we're going to put it in a container and then straight to the fridge. You don't have to do that, you can let it rest for 2 hours or even use it straight away. We found that if you leave it in the fridge overnight, 12 hours approximately, you're going to have all those flavors really penetrate the meat and it's going to be beautiful. So let's get straight into it. Now before we get started, let me share all the ingredients with you. This is going to be a really easy recipe, but as always, I'll leave everything for you guys in the description below. We've got some olive oil here, rosemary sprigs, some lemon, a house of garlic, some flaky salt. We have some spices here as well, cayenne pepper, paprika smoked if you can get your hands on that, ground pepper and oregano. Now guys, that's how easy it is. Let's move on and start to prep our beautiful leg of lamb. Firstly, what you want to do with your meat is make sure that you pat it dry. We're using a paper towel, so just pat it on the top, turn it around, pat it again at the bottom. We just want to get rid of all the fluids that might be around this piece of meat. Next step guys, you want to try and remove all the excess fat that might be on this beautiful leg of lamb. Now this is entirely up to you. You can see we've got a little membrane here. Just cut that off. Whatever doesn't look right for you, you can remove membranes, dead fat, anything like that. Remember, this membrane is most probably going to block your spices and that's the last thing you want. Now some of you guys might even want to cut the fat cap, and you're welcome to do that. If you decide to do that, you want to make sure that you don't go more than 3 mils really. You just want to penetrate the fat and slightly into the meat, and then obviously there's more surface area for more spices. We're not going to do that today, but you are welcome to do that. Next, we want to sort out our garlic. Now guys, you can use full cloves or you could use half cloves. We're most probably going to use half cloves. So let's sort out our garlic quickly. You want to remove the skin. Take the skin off on the outer side. So thereafter we're going to move over and cut these garlic cloves that we have just in smaller long pieces. We don't want to make too bigger cuts in the meat, and therefore we want to have this smaller. Use a sharp knife with a pointy end and not too wide, and you just want to push it down. There you go. Not too deep, but deep enough to get a beautiful piece of clove in there. And I've cut some rosemary as well, the sprigs smaller, so you can get a rosemary sprig in there. You don't have to do that, but boy oh boy, it does elevate this dish to the next level. Make sure sometimes you can get 2 pieces of garlic in there, and then that's what we're going to do. If the hole's big enough, add a big piece of rosemary. The spices will eventually as well also penetrate through these same holes and just bring more flavor, and that's exactly what we're after. We're looking for a beautiful dish, leg of lamb with lots of flavor, so all our guests are happy and you guys are happy. Next, we're going to get our spices ready. So we've got some oregano, some ground pepper, smoked paprika, some cayenne pepper just for a little bit of a kick. We're using flaky salt. You guys can use whatever works for you. There you go. All you want to do is just mix all of that together. Look at that beautiful color that we have there. We need to oil this leg of lamb just as a sticking agent to make sure all these spices stick nicely to it. Don't want to do too much, just a little bit of oil. We're going to keep it on the top side so the underside faces up. That's where we're going to start with the spices. We've got some extra garlic cloves. We've got some extra sprigs of rosemary. We're just going to throw that in there. Remember, it's all going to bring flavor, and that's what we want. Next, we're going to do some lemon zest. Now, that's just the skin of the lemon that we're going to just throw over this beautiful leg of lamb. You can be quite liberal with that as well. You want to take that same lemon, cut it in half or in quarters. Quarters might be easier to work with, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then take that lemon, look at that guys, we're just going to press it like that. All these juices are going to make this so beautiful. Then we want to introduce some spices, so we're just going to we're going to be liberal with that. Don't be shy guys. We want lots of spices to really infuse this beautiful leg of lamb. What we do on the one side, we're going to do on the other side. Doesn't have to be in the same order, but we're going to add some lemon zest to this, some spices, and some more lemon juice. You can be liberal with the lemon zest. Remember, A leg of lamb is known to be very gamey, and that's what the lemon is going to do. It's going to give you beautiful flavors and also neutralize that gamey flavor that we have. At this stage, guys, our leg of lamb is nicely spiced and ready for the fridge. As I said earlier, you can go straight for the fire, or you can do 2 hours, 4 hours. We like to do this the evening before. No stress tomorrow. This thing's infused. It's going to bring extra flavors. It's just going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and put this leg of lamb in the fridge, and I'll see you guys in a bit. 12 hours later, not quite. For you guys, I'll see just now. It's the next day, guys. It's been just about over 14 hours for the leg of lamb in the fridge. We've taken it out. We made sure that it came back to room temperature. We've got the fire in the back here. We're just setting up ourselves to do this beautiful roast. We're doing a slow roast today. It's really going to be amazing. Now, we've got another element, and that is our potatoes. You can use baby potatoes or big ones like we do, and then chop them in half. So let's get the skin off and move on to the next step. You can decide. We like to sometimes keep the skin on. In this case, we're removing it. We want to make beautiful garlic and olive oil with some herbs, potatoes, and therefore we like the skin off. There's so much nutrition in the skin, obviously, so it's entirely up to you. We just feel the skin being removed opens up this potato to just accept much more flavor. If you guys decided to go big potatoes like we did, you want to cut in half, and if it looks like it's too big, you can give it another cut and make quarters. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Not too much, guys. This is just for the spices to stick nicely to the potatoes. Then we're going to add some mixed herbs. Also going to add some garlic, crushed garlic. Just to top it off, we're going to add a little bit of salt and then some ground pepper. As you guys can see, this leg of lamb looks absolutely delicious. It's almost like you can dig in without cooking it. Not really, but it does look that good. Guys, we've got our potatoes ready and our lamb. So now let's move over and sort out our fire. We want to set up this fire as an indirect cook. We're looking at degrees wise, internal temperature on this Weber for about 150 degrees Celsius. We're looking at about 2 hours for this cook. We're going 3/4 in the charcoal baskets. You could even do half. And now, guys, we're going to close this lid and we're waiting for the next 2 hours. We are going to most probably in the next hour open it up. Right, guys, it's exactly 1 hour into the cook. Let's check what the temperature is. So we got exactly 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 degrees Celsius. We're looking for 62, 63 degrees Celsius. So we're halfway. It looks brilliant. Let's close this guy up. It smells amazing, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Right, guys, that moment, it's been 2 hours in the Weber. We're not sure what the internal temp is, but I'm sure it's going to be good. Normally a 2.2 kilogram, 150 degrees temperature in the Weber brings us to 2 hours, and that's perfect. It seriously smells delicious, and it looks perfect. Let's get this guy on some aluminium foil and wrap it and leave it for 5 to 10 minutes. You can even leave it for 20 minutes. Let's do that. Guys, that looks absolutely delicious. Guys, the resting period is so important. We rested this leg of lamb for about 15 minutes. You can go slightly longer, but remember, you don't want it to cool down. Also take in consideration, it's going to cook a little bit further. At the same time, the resting period is so important because you want to make sure all those juices stay intact and settle down nicely. Otherwise, when you cut it, it's just going to flow out and your juiciness is going to go straight out the window. So without further ado, let's cut this beautiful leg of lamb and see what it looks like. Guys, that moment of truth, we need to taste it. Wow. That's amazing. We know lamb tastes good in general, but guys, this is another level. This is really simple, it's so easy to make, and it's delicious. It's honestly something you guys should try. It's an easy recipe, play with the recipe, do what you guys like, but do go and try it out. Now guys, you know the story. If you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. This is amazing. There you go.